Before we get into today's video, I just want to give a massive thank you from me today, and in fact everyone in the Scottish YouTube team, because today we handed over the cheque based on the ticket sales and obviously the online donations for our charity match this year to Sam H. I'll throw the picture up on the left hand side. You see a couple of us are still in the gym gear. Marley looks like he's slipping. All joking and that aside, it's incredible to think we more than tripled what we made last year, and hopefully when we do it next year again that we can go ahead and make more money in. But to be honest with you, it isn't lost on me that the only reason I'm a part of these events is because of you guys tuning in each and every single day. So yeah, I just wanted to take a little bit out before we go on to today's video just to say thank you. Now we'll actually jump in it then, shall we? Glorious. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back with another brand new video. Today's video we're here to discuss something that has well and truly broken Rangers Twitter. And if I'm honest, we're just going to dive right in it because I know so many of you guys are going to be clicking on today's video. You know I've clickbaited, it's up there. We all need to know what's actually happening with this situation. It's genuinely incredible because when you take a step back and you look at the channel, 5 days ago now we spoke about the possibility of Ross Mccrorie going out on loan. We spoke about that and a large majority of you guys down in the comment section below, and I think it was like 80% of the people on the Twitter poll agreed with the decision to loan Ross Mccrorie out. And before today's bombshell was actually officially announced, in the last 24 hours two teams emerged as favourites to sign Ross Mccrorie. That was Portsmouth on one of them and also Shrewsbury, who done absolute wonders for Greg Docherty last year. That was the two favourites for it. Now I know Sunderland tried to come in and hijack the deal and the possibility of getting him on loan, but that was the sort of two teams that Ross Mccrorie was also opening to join in as well. Well, today it certainly looks like he's made up his mind because pretty much every single Scottish media outlet is reporting that Ross Mccrorie has signed a 12-month loan deal with Portsmouth Football Club. Now before we go any further, I think it's pretty important to split what we're going to be speaking about right now, because let's reflect on the loan, because you may or may not know there's a but coming in there somewhere. But let's pull it back and look at the loan deal for Ross Mccrorie. Me personally, I completely agree with this decision, because you look at Ross Mccrorie, what is he? He is an absolute destroyer. For me personally, and I know so many of you guys agree, he's the best out and out centre defensive mid at the football club. But the way we play, the way that Gerrard wants to play, and the way we work our midfield players, it needs more to his game. He needs to be able to run with the ball, he needs to be able to drive the ball forward, and he needs to be able to pick out a pass, something unfortunately Ross Mccrorie just lacks, and he's very, very rough in that area. So when you just focus on that part of the deal, for me personally, this is absolutely brilliant. This is exactly what Ross needs, and also what Rangers Football Club needs as well, for Ross Mccrorie to strengthen in those areas that he's weak and come back a much more well-rounded player. Very similar to what Greg Docherty done last year when he went down on loan for Shrewsbury. He played 50 games playing week in and week out, ended up winning Player of the Year, and in strengthening the areas where he lacked and why he couldn't break into the first team. That completely makes sense to me for us to try and do the same and try and mirror that with Ross Mccrorie. Now if you've been following the channel for a long time, this is normally when I ask you guys to get your thoughts and opinions about the move, and then we jump over to Twitter and hear from the peoples as well. Well, unfortunately we can't quite do that yet because there is another part to this loan agreement. And just in case you haven't heard, or if that clickbait title doesn't give it away, there is an option to buy within the loan agreement agreed by Rangers to Portsmouth Football Club. Now everything right up to this point in today's video is 100% confirmed. He is definitely going to Portsmouth Football Club on a 12-month loan, and there is an option to buy in there. However, this is where we get into a wee bit the murky water, where the sort of Rangers rumours start to come out, because the far and away favourite for the price tag that everyone's sort of talking about right now is £1 million. That's how much it will cost Portsmouth if they would like to buy Ross Mccrorie. That, I'm just going to really hold on to the small hope that that part of the story is wrong, that part isn't 100% agreed, because if we've agreed to sell Ross Mccrorie for £1 million, that will really go up there with the Barry Mackay 500k deal. That's genuinely incredible. Because if this part of the story is true, and if we've agreed to sell one of our own for £1 million, a guy who would happily run through 55 bricks to try and header a football for the Glasgow Rangers, and £1 million for a guy just about 6 or 7 months ago that Steven Gerrard said was the future Rangers captain, that for £1 million. Like, I know I might be sitting in here in denial, and it's probably going to be confirmed in the next couple of hours that it is the £1 million, because that's what's been wildly reported, but I just cannot understand or even envision a part of us sitting down and looking at what Ross Mccrorie brings to the table right now as an out and out centre defensive mid, and what he could possibly transform himself into a more complete player, and look at that and say, yeah, that's half a Gresda, that's a third of a half cut Pena. Yeah, he's worth about the same as Eduardo Herrera. Is it just me, but is this absolute madness? What are we doing? Honestly, I'd love to be sitting here laughing at this saying, what a BS part of the story. They just had to add the 1 million part because we know the agreement to sell is 100% true, but the 1 million, that's not true. But when you step back and you look at it, we've vastly undersold or undervalued our own talent for so long. Is this just another case of that, or is it just a wee bit of BS towards a true story spun by the press? But whether or not the £1 million value is real or not, the fact remains that we have agreed to loan out Ross Mccrorie and give Portsmouth the option to buy him, so he's clearly in the shop window. Now, I've tried to break down and try and understand how this would be even possible, but if you go back and you look in the 4 days ago video where we spoke about Ross Mccrorie, we spoke about his interview at the end of the season talking about how he found it a little bit frustrating that he couldn't play week in and week out and he was getting dropped every now and then. It was a bit of a challenge to him. Now, that's not the official quote, but that's pretty much summing up the overall interview. He wasn't taking a dig at Gerrard, he wasn't taking a dig at Rangers. He just says it just took him a wee while to adjust to playing 1 week and then not playing for another 5. Then a couple of weeks later, Steven Gerrard was asked about Ross Mccrorie and what does his future hold. Now, let's actually reflect back on that interview and see what the gaffer said, then discuss that, because maybe he was telling us a couple days ago that this was coming. This is what Gerrard officially said just a couple days ago. With Ross, I'll have a conversation with him as the pre-season goes on. It will all boil down to what Ross's ambitions are. A lot of boys think differently to the way I think. It will come down to what will satisfy Ross over the season. If he's expecting to start every single game, that won't be the case, but I'll speak to him before deciding what to do next. End quote. Well, since that, a couple of days have passed. Ross Mccrorie has signed for Portsmouth on a 12-month loan with an option to buy. Certainly suggests there was a lot going on regarding that conversation. On. But anyway, that's going to be the end of story number 1. What's your thoughts and opinions about this one? For me, again, just to quickly sum up, I completely agree with the loan. I completely disagree with the option to buy. We should not sell this kid. I think he's got a tremendous upside. And last but not least, if the £1 million fee is right, what have we done? Now, while you get your thoughts and opinions out there, let's jump over to Twitter and hear directly from the people. There's been 1,341 votes and there's still 40 minutes remaining. This is spicy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you so much for getting involved. 78% of the people disagrees with the club's decision to loan out Ross Mccrorie with the option to buy. 78%. To put this into context, by the way, a couple of days ago we all agreed that a loan would be fantastic and the best move forward for Ross Mccrorie, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the option to buy that set everyone off. But let's see. Start off with the first one. It comes in from Sharp Div, aka the brother in blue. He says, absolutely not. Option to buy is a joke. He is the best CDM in our team, unique to the core. Loan, yes. Option to buy, disgrace. He did use a lot of capital letters. Hopefully I did it justice, Div. Anyway, moving on to the next one. It comes in from Rampant Ryan Jack. He says, if it was just a loan move, then it would be a great move. However, the option to buy is horrible. He's one of the best young talents Scotland has to offer. Losing him would be an absolute disaster. Roy O'Neill says, loan, yeah, but no to the buy option. Billy K writes in, when are we going to stop handing over our players for nothing? This guy's valuation will increase to 10 million 5 minutes after signing. I mean, Billy K is absolutely spot on. We sold Wacon, we pushed him out the door for about 500k. A year later, he left for 5.5 million. The guy is right. Yeah, he's Paul writes in, he's a great player, but our midfield is so full of players that at least if he's on loan, he's going to get game time. Not a fan of the option to buy though. Sam says, option to buy, but he's our future captain. Weekend Off writes in, guys, a gold mine. Ross Parker says the option to buy is a disgrace. Batches is absolutely shite decision. Thank you for firing that one in there, Batch. Chris Graham says gutted about that. Billy Austin says 2 seasons in a row as a bench warmer doesn't seem right given his age and he needs the development. Fair enough. And the last 2 or 3 that we'll read out in tonight's video, the first one comes in from SJR. He writes in, Lono's okay, but the option to buy is a joke. He has the potential to be our captain in a couple of years and I'm sure Portsmouth won't be giving us a huge lump of cash for him. And the last one we're going to read out, we're going to scroll up, we're going to scroll down and we're going to stop it right there, and it comes from FG_Litchi. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, buddy. He writes in, looks like Ross is no longer a Rangers player. Yet again, we let one of our young talents leave. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You've heard from the people, you've heard from myself. If you haven't done so already, get your thoughts and opinions down there in the comment section below. Now, before we wrap up today's video, I just want to say we don't know what happened with the conversation between Steven Gerrard and Ross Mccrorie. Now, there is an option to buy deal within the loan, but that might have just been something that Portsmouth demanded be in there. But again, at the end of the day, the decision is up to Ross Mccrorie or whether or not he wants to sign on the dotted line. So again, it is very, very frustrating and very annoying that we are completely undervaluing our own players, but hopefully Ross Mccrorie doesn't see the lure of the English money and stuff like that, doesn't sign and comes back up the road in 12 months time. But before we wrap up today's video, I just want to give a massive shout out to the legends on the Patreon's account. I cannot thank you guys enough again for the continued support when there's very little videos, because again, it's pretty much a quiet time of the month. Cannot thank you guys enough. I've been Sieging over into. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.